blacks are very much discriminated against, and I feel that. But I also feel, as a black woman experiencing homelessness, that I'm also being discriminated against um, as a result of that. The homeless crisis really is the one that is should take priority in this day and age. Now, do they call the police when people are causing problems? Of course. You don't have an open meeting place for people that you like. I had initially posted a video where I discussed my experience with Starbucks and my disappointment that they don't necessarily reach out to the homeless community in a more significant manner. And I was really referring to the street economy. I can't elaborate on all of that now, but those were some of my initial concerns. Um, right now, after having seen the sort of outcome of the meeting, both in terms of the meeting content itself and the reactions from the media, I'm coming away with the same sort of disappointment that I had going in, and that is them not being aware that the homeless crisis really is the one that is should take priority in this day and age. Now, blacks are very much discriminated against, and I feel that. But I also feel, as a black woman experiencing homelessness, that I'm also being discriminated against um, as a result of that. I talked about sitting at a table where a barista came by and he offered everyone at the table a sample, and he skipped by me, and I was the only African American sitting there. And I felt shunned, and I felt this is what happens before the training. I would like to know what that barista would do after the training. But that sort of spoke to um, the lack of understanding that many of the workers have in dealing with people who are a different culture from what they are. But as far as the media has gone, the coverage has been really superficial. Many of the people don't seem to understand the culture of Starbucks. I heard more than one um, media outlet discuss the idea that two black men refuse to leave Starbucks. And Starbucks really isn't that sort of a culture. It is sort of an open meeting place, as Howard Schultz has suggested he would like it to be. And it's very common for someone to go in for a meeting, wait for their party to arrive, maybe go to the restroom while they're waiting. Um, and if their party is late, they may sit there. They may or may not order anything, but that's just sort of part of the Starbucks culture. So for someone to intervene, knowing that that is how Starbucks operates, the person had to have really um, sort of a sense of hostility towards the black men and was probably just, you know, thinking all sorts of, um, you know, racially stereotypical ideas about these two men and moved to call law enforcement based on um, his bias. Now, do they call the police when people are causing problems? Of course. But each store sort of has its standards of what problems are. You don't have an open meeting place for people that you like or people that you deem worthy of coming in there, and not harass them about sitting there. But then if someone comes in that you somehow deem different, you're going to use your quote unquote discretion to, you know, to have them escorted out. So that whole discretion thing has to be founded in a belief and an understanding that all people are equal. I mean, all people. People who are experiencing, people living lives without houses and need a gathering place just to go sit during the day. People who are on a break, people who are traveling. It's where, uh, everyone can gather. It is, oh God, I can't think of the word. But anyway, it's a place where um, all of the sort of outside stereotypes sort of drop off, and uh, we come together as as the human race as one. That is what I feel the objective is. I have had my own experience with Starbucks. It's been up and down. I feel I have experienced the racism, the homophobia. They're willing to put forth the effort. I hope Mr. Schultz's vision can happen. But again, there was no spokesperson there for us. There was someone there from the NAACP, if I recall, and someone else on diversity. And I notice when people say diversity, they're not talking about uh, those who are experiencing homelessness. It's always racial or immigrants or something different, and we're not included. And it's time, high time, that Starbucks and every other organization or corporation or America recognize us as citizens of America, and that we are afforded all of the rights that many other marginalized citizens have in this country. Remember, we're still an unprotected class. We are where slaves were at one point in the world. So for um, a company to recognize our needs and to address them would be a first step in hopefully ending the biases and treatment of people who are on the streets. Okay, I want to keep this under 10 minutes, so I'm going to stop now. It's around 9 minutes, and I think I would go on past 10 minutes if I continue uh, everything, all of my commentary. But, I haven't finished with it. There's a lot that I have to say. I want to talk about, in particular, uh, one of the talk show hosts' reaction to Starbucks' decision, and just show how far off the mainstream media and many people in the mainstream media uh, are in terms of recognizing the needs um, and the rights of the homeless citizen. So for now, this has been Let's Talk. I hope you will just maybe put this, I'm going to try to put it in a playlist so you can continue to hear some of my Starbucks commentary. But for now, this has been As a Third World and North America Turns, where I try to look at things that other media outlets fail to recognize. So until next time, this has been Let's Talk.